Marco Rubio to visit Guyana next week as part of Caribbean tour. Newsroom: U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will embark on his first official visit to the Caribbean next week, with a tour of 3 nations, including Guyana, Jamaica, and Suriname, according to sources. His visit will focus on discussions surrounding Haiti, the Guyana-Venezuela conflict, and recent U.S. policy shifts, as Caribbean leaders seek to address both security and economic challenges. Rubio's tour will begin in Jamaica, where he is set to meet with Prime Minister Andrew Holness for discussions. He will then travel to Guyana and Suriname to engage with their respective presidents, Dr. Irfan Ali and Chandrakaprasad Chan Santokhi. This visit follows a regional summit in Barbados last month, where CARICOM chairwoman, Prime Minister Mia Mottley, extended an invitation to President Donald Trump to visit the Caribbean. She also expressed hopes for senior administration officials to make the trip. Soon after, Mauricio Claver Carone, Trump's special envoy to the Americas, confirmed that both Rubio and he would visit this month. The discussions will address pressing issues, including security concerns related to the deteriorating situation in Haiti. The escalating violence has raised alarms among Caribbean leaders, as the unrest threatens to spill over into the region. Additionally, recent U.S. policy shifts could negatively impact Caribbean economies. Prime Minister Mottley has called for an emergency virtual meeting on Friday to discuss the potential impacts of a proposed Trump administration hike in port fees for China-linked ships. This proposal has already sparked concerns in the U.S. agricultural market and is causing unease among Caribbean leaders. They have voiced opposition to various Trump administration policies, including threats to restrict U.S. visas for high-ranking officials and nationals of 6 Caribbean countries, including Cuba and Haiti. In a separate development, Rubio announced last month that participants in Cuba's medical missions, which send doctors and nurses to the Caribbean and other regions, could face the cancellation of their U.S. visas. Meanwhile, Trump loyalists are reportedly considering a broader travel ban that could affect Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, and several Eastern Caribbean nations. The U.S. State Department has not yet commented on Rubio's travel plans or the proposed travel bans. However, a spokesperson defended the visa restrictions, stating that they target those responsible for or involved in forced labor elements of the Cuban regime's exploitative labor export. Caribbean leaders have denied any participation in forced labor. Nevertheless, the Bahamas Prime Minister has acknowledged that payments to Cuban doctors do not go directly to the doctors themselves but are instead funneled through an agency in Havana. As Haiti grapples with an escalating gang crisis, the United Nations International Organization for Migration has reported that over 60,000 people have fled their homes in the capital, Port-au-Prince, in just 1 month due to violence. The situation has prompted widespread concern, with the United States under the Biden administration supporting CARICOM's efforts to mediate the crisis that intensified following the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Despite attempts to establish a transitional government, Haiti remains mired in political chaos, corruption, and gang violence. Rubio's visit will also address regional concerns, including the ongoing border crisis between Guyana and Venezuela. Tensions have risen after a Venezuelan patrol boat entered Guyanese waters, posing a threat to ExxonMobil's offshore operations. In response, the U.S. has issued a stern warning to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.